So this is the place right here. You can see the sign where it says the VPC Center, Vehicle Process Center. So like when you pull up, if you look a little further down the street, there's a car wash right there, and then there's another one further down this road that you can stop if you need to do last minute touches before you turn your vehicle in to, clean it up a little bit. All right, so we finally made it to the VPN Center, and I gotta say, yesterday, with Angelo forgetting, or even I forgetting to pack his road trip toys, his dinosaurs, his books, and his binoculars, he did really well. He was a trooper, so that's a good thing. So when we get here today, that we're getting ready to turn in our vehicle this morning, there was a power outage all through what it seems like through St. Louis. There was no restaurants that were open for breakfast. Our hotel was doing okay, but they couldn't really run anything, so we even drove 15 minutes away from our hotel to find another Bob Evans, and that electricity was out. So that's how our morning's been going. It's going good. I'm waiting for David to get here so that way we can turn in the vehicles, and I believe he told me that there was something that I needed to sign to. I believe that may be because we're both on the title of our truck that we're turning in. And so yeah, just waiting for him to get here. He stopped at a another car wash, not the one that I shared, but at another car wash, just to do some little bit of touch-ups, because yes, it did rain last night and a little bit this morning. So yeah, hope everything else seems to be doing okay. All right, so we'll wait to see when he gets here, and hopefully we'll get to share how this process works. So luckily I brought stuff to make sandwiches, because this took a little bit longer than we thought. And again, this is all about making and doing things economical. And now we're gonna sit here and have some sandwiches before we get back on the road, because it's already after lunch. Alright guys, we're done at the VPC Center, and it went a little smoother than I thought. Okay.
So at the VPC Center in St. Louis that we were at, it was pretty smooth. Went in there, they already had all my paperwork done, because I sent everything when I booked the appointment online at my POV. I was able to turn in all my documents online, so they had everything printed out there, and I still have my still brought hard copies just in case, or my originals that I needed. They got the paperwork they had, then they went out, they checked the car. The first lady, I was there in the reception area, she just looked at the gas tank, odometer, overall cleanliness. There was someone there before us. She had too much gas in her car, so and she needed another exterior car wash. So she had to go back and go get that done before she could proceed on. So, but we were good with that part. We finished the paperwork. It was pretty smooth. To say, once you have all your paperwork, real easy, very smooth. Then they went to go take the truck back to the garage. I went there with him, or I went there. They took out all your like the car seat that we had. They took that out. They put it in a box.
It was actually the booster seat, but yes.
Yeah, the booster seat, and then they have car charger. They took that out. So anything that doesn't like stick it in the car, they put in a box, and they box all it up. And then so if you have anything extra, they probably would put in that box for you. Sealed that up, and I got the paperwork. That's it. We cleaned the car ourselves. We spent like hours cleaning the car, vacuumed it. We did a couple stains, used Armor All, Windex. helped out because I didn't have to hire somebody, because when we were coming down to St. Louis, we're about 3.5 hours away, and I was thinking about hiring or going to a detail place down here, but we did a lot of work ourselves that really we didn't have to. So I ended up going to this tidal wave car wash that's close by. Paid $16 to get a car wash, and they had free vacuums outside and a mat cleaner, and I brought my own little detail. I brought some Armor All, some Windex, so I just did some of the windows and did my own small little touch-ups, and then it all paid off. And it was car passed inspection very smooth, easily, first time go, no problems.
Yeah, so we did save $165, and then the car maintenance that my husband did before all of this, he did what?
Yeah, my wife said, yeah, there was a guy that he's real close to a VPC center called Extreme something Detail. He had a bad review recently, so they stopped recommending him. The VPC center stopped recommending him for detailing, but he wanted, for my truck, for my Nissan Frontier, he wanted $165 to detail it, and the whole thing. So I thought that was pretty too much for how much we did. Now, if you didn't do anything to your car, like haven't cleaned it in years, then I probably would go with him. But if you put the work that we put into it, I wouldn't have done any of that. So most it cost us, we had to do it 2 car washes because it rained last night, so I had to do another car wash. It cost us a total of like $32 to get it done, and then with everything else. So
yeah.
And then the car maintenance. So this is something, if you're going to Germany for 3 years, you don't have to, but I wanted to take care of a lot of maintenance that I don't want to deal with in Germany. So for the Nissan, I went ahead and did the transmission fluid, brake fluid. I got new tires, so now I don't have to worry about tires for 3 years. And some other maintenance that might come up in that 3-year time that your car is going to be due for. You can jump the gun a little early. So we did the same, and also the same thing with Toyota. We did some maintenance on the Toyota. Some of it's still optional, but it's just something I want to take care of, so I don't have to deal with it for the next few years.
Yeah, there's one thing that you want to keep in mind, because it's really easy to forget this, is removing the tents from your window, only the driver and passenger side. So
yeah, in Germany they have, we've heard online that you got to remove the tint from your front windows. So that was very painful. I was able to do that myself. I have a special tool, and I was able to peel off the tint off on myself. So, but yeah, if you don't do it now before, you're gonna have to do it there when you pick it up. They're gonna make you do it there when you pick it up. I don't know if they're gonna have the same tools or how they're gonna make you do it, but you have to do it there before you can get the car in Germany, or take it out at the VPC center there in Germany.
Yeah. And then the mileage.
Oh, so we came from Rock Island Arsenal, so that's about 3.5 hours away from the VPC center. So you do get reimbursed if they don't tell you during your levy briefing. You get reimbursed for your mileage driving one vehicle, though, not both vehicles. Only one vehicle driving it down here to drop off your vehicle. So you get reimbursed for that. So you gotta keep track of the mileage for that. Now, we did spend the night last night. We don't get reimbursed for that. That's on our own. So I would recommend coming the night before, just so you have time. So we had plenty of time when we got here. Go to the car wash, get a detail, do all this stuff to it, and not have to rush, trying to come the same day and do everything and then have an appointment. So we didn't want to rush through all that, but
yeah.
So.
And doing that, David was able to call the VPC center and ask them, because we had an appointment at 1 o'clock, and David reached out to them to see if we could go earlier than that, and they were okay with that. So
yeah.
you don't, just depending on what time you get there, if you're going to do a day trip or or the night before, you can definitely reach out to that office and call them and just ask them if you can go in early before that.
The guys there, they welcome you to come in early if they have availability. So if you do get, now this morning, it rained last night, so this morning it was still raining, and then the power went out in a lot of areas. So, I was able to get one more car wash, and I called them. I said, hey, can I come? And like, we were only 10 minutes away from the PPC from our hotel. So they're like, yeah, go ahead, come on. Granted, they had lunchtime around noon, so we got there around 11, after 11. And it took us probably, I think, less than 30 minutes to get everything done. Paperwork, inspection, and we were done in no time. So it was very smooth. Just have a very good, clean car inside now. We had some minor stains that you can still see, but they're nothing that's really big. Vacuumed everything, armor rolled everything, and we were good.
Yeah. Now, when we came from South Korea, I remember having to come and pick up the car myself. So, in order for, if you're active military, right, and your spouse, your active soldier is not going to be with you to pick up the vehicle, it's important to have a power of attorney allowing you to pick up the vehicle. So in picking up the vehicle, just having that power of attorney, and I believe that you're able to do that if you're going to Germany and your active soldier is not with you to pick up the vehicle. You can reach out and get a power of attorney done, so that way you can pick up the vehicle yourself. So we also were able to get tell me about the ETA.
Oh, so they let you know there that the estimated time of arrival. So we get there on August 3rd, and they're saying the truck should get there by August 22nd. But it could also arrive a little earlier than that. So that's just their estimated time. They're going to be. They say it's good to ship you shouldn't ship your vehicle no later than 60 days before you actually arrive in the country. So we're shipping it. Today's June 17th, so July, August. So we're within that kind of window time frame and stuff like that. So if you do have two vehicles and you can ship one of them, so we're going to ship both vehicles, but we have to pay for one of them to get shipped. And if you're going to be in that situation, it's wise to ship the one that's going to cost the most, or the biggest one. So that's the one the Army's going to pay for. So the largest vehicle you can ship. Now the other one that we're going to ship, the other Toyota RAV4 SUV. So now that I learned how that works, we'll have another video on that. But that's gonna, based on the size and weight, is how they're gonna charge to ship that one over.
Yeah. So it was a wise move to have the Nissan ship first. So before you can even pick up the vehicle over there, you have to go through the German driving course.
Yeah, that's something we're going to experience later. Just like when we were in Korea, a lot of the road signs were the same. And right now you have a thing, I'm not sure about Korea, but in Germany you can take an online course through JKO, which a lot of military guys know what that is. And you can take the advanced course, and that's only good for, I think, 60 days or 30 days before you arrive. Which is online. You can take a pre-test, bring a certificate, get over there, and then you should be able to get your license pretty easy or a lot smoother. But if you don't want to do that, you can just wait till you get there. There is a German driving handbook that ACS gave us. It has the maps and the rules, so you can read all that before you go, that you have an idea of what to expect. Then you gotta take a test. You gotta take an eye exam and a test. Then you gotta pass the test in order to get your license, your German license to drive over there. And then even before you can pick up your vehicle when it gets there.
Yeah. All right. I think that we covered pretty much everything. If we left something out and you're watching this video, please leave something extra in the comments. Again, we're just kind of putting videos together on the process of me PCSing to Germany now, and we're just hoping this helps anybody else out that's PCSing for the first time. All right, guys, thanks.
Alright guys, so just to add also, now that your car is technically at the BPC now, you can call your insurance company and tell them that your car is going to be in storage now. So they can put your car in storage insurance until you arrive in Germany, pick it up, then you switch it back to them. So that's going to save you some money on insurance because they can't charge you the regular insurance rate. I'm not sure what documents they might need your orders. When I call them, I'll find out. But yeah, this is something to help save you some money on your insurance. You shouldn't have to pay full insurance on a car that's in storage now. So we use USAA, and in the past they've done this before. They put it in storage, no problem. So I'm not sure about other companies. I never use anybody besides USAA. So that is a little tidbit to help save you some money on that end. Also, make sure you do have an updated insurance card. So when you do go to Germany, I believe they want to make sure you have insurance on it. So if your insurance policy is still valid until you pick it up, then you should have no problem. Just make sure you have a copy of that. And your vehicle registration, make sure that's up to date. When you're we're from the state of Texas. So Texas law says that we have to, even though we're going to be overseas military, we still have to pay our vehicle registration every year. And that keeps because we own our vehicles and we have the title, so that keeps our title valid if we keep our insurance up to date every year. So we still get a sticker for it. In Texas, we can't get they bypass the vehicle inspection there because we're out of state, potentially. So just something for you to know. And also, if your driver's license is going to expire before you go, now the state of Texas, if you're active duty, technically for military active duty, you show your ID card and your driver's license never really expires. But we're going to renew it because when we get our license in Germany, it's better to have a valid driver's license. It's not expired. It's going to make the process easier. So let's go ahead and make the process easier and get another driver's license and make it easier that way. But to renew our license. But yeah, that's something to know too. Good to know Texas law. Some states have the same law where you don't have to renew your license if it expires if you're active military. Okay.